We know that the fiscal health of the city is essential to the well-being of our local economy, um, and that local businesses will in turn support the health of our city and benefit all residents. Earlier this week, the SLO City Council reviewed their budget with a focus on the economic impacts of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the programs that have been enacted to support the major city goal of economic stability, recovery, and resiliency. Many of the business support mechanisms have been incredibly successful, and we're advocating that they be expanded, adapted, and potentially made permanent. Programs including the parklets that we all get to enjoy outside in downtown and even in other parts of our city, the tenant improvement fast track program that allows new businesses to get into storefronts more rapidly, and investments in pedestrian and bike friendly infrastructure that are making a really big difference. If you'd like to learn more, please check out the link that I'm just posting in the chat that has the full report. It's super easy to read, and we're grateful for the city laying it out in such clear language. There's still more that can be done. And so through the work of our committees and our board, we propose that the city explore additional ways to support local business, focusing on actions that have the double benefit of addressing immediate challenges and also paving the way for our long-term success. These actions include incentives to fill downtown storefronts, infrastructure to support remote work as well as distance learning, homelessness prevention programs, potentially looking at bike share, and zoning flexibility to allow more uses for street level spaces. We're really, really glad to hear support for these proposals from the council just last Tuesday, and we're going to continue to work with elected leaders and staff for their implementation. Overall, we see that the city's budget forecasting is based on the appropriate assumptions and that the necessary, although really painful cuts and reprioritizations have been made to close their immediate budget gaps. Although balanced in the short term, we are still very concerned about the city's financial health into the future. The cuts that have been made are essential right now, but they are not a long-term solution. And as I said last month, as business people, we all know that you cannot save a struggling business just by focus on cutting expenses. And the city is no different. That's just one of the reasons why we are so enthusiastic, as evidenced by a number of backgrounds, about Measure G. And we're so proud to stand alongside many of you, other organizations, and leaders in our community to enthusiastically support Measure G. Measure G will provide the funds to achieve our shared goals for SLO, including preserving open space and protecting our creeks, investing in significant infrastructure, maintaining our existing roads and making bike lanes safer, funding homeless prevention programs like I mentioned earlier, preparing for fires and other natural disasters, and ensuring that there's funding available for the programs that I just talked about. Programs that will support local business so that they can survive, expand, and increase local jobs. I know many of you have already turned in your ballot, which is amazing. Thank you so much for voting. But if you haven't yet, please make sure that you look all the way down the ballot to our local measure. Because no matter who you vote for, no matter which candidates you choose, Measure G will be essential to ensuring that they have every tool that they need to bring their vision for our community into reality. Without Measure G, our fiscal outlook is uncertain at best. But with it, we can invest in our city in this critical time and ensure that our most vulnerable neighbors and industries are not left behind in the recovery. Thank you.